Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. If you're just beginning with me, Yoga with Ciara, every Sunday we do this thing where we just stay on the floor. We don't stand up at all. And so that's the Sunday yum. It's very, very nice. And then I got loads of text yesterday about the giggling fit that I got. It was so funny. And some people were like, I don't even know what you were laughing about, but I was laughing as well. So it is really like this sense of a bubbling of joy, and I can squish it down and I can like make myself all serious again. But when the bubbling of joy happens, I really just let it flow. I don't have to be anything other than I am. If I'm serious, then I'm serious. If I'm laughing, then I'm laughing. So come lie on your back and we shall begin. Come. So landing in, just settling in, finding your body on the floor. Unpack your shoulders a little bit more. Wiggle your hips and just have a really deep sense of the contact between you and the floor, the back of your head, your feet, your elbows. So push everything that's on the floor into the floor really strongly, like elbows, back of your head, shoulders, feet, and then relax everything. Deep breath down into your belly. And then do it again. Push into the floor, like be really solid and strong and connected. And relax into the floor. Nice. So we're only going to do our feet. Push just your feet into the floor and notice how your pelvis becomes lighter. And then relax your feet and notice how your pelvis becomes heavier. So I'm not lifting the pelvis, but my pelvis, something happens when I push my feet down and relaxing. Something happens when I relax. Just do it a few times. Push your feet down. Feel your thighs working. Your bum is engaging. And relax. Nice. Push your head backwards. Push it into the floor. And relax. Feel the wave of relaxation down through your body. Push the back of your head into the floor. Feel the reciprocal action in the spine as you push your head into the floor. And relax. Nice. Just your elbows. Push your elbows into the floor. Relax. And totally relax, like flump. Relax. And again, push your elbows into the floor. And relax. So now when you map the back of your body, the way you're resting on the floor, it's really clear to me now. Whereas when I first started, it wasn't so clear. So start with the pelvic tilt. So flattening your lower back down and arching. And as we do this, so I'm not lifting my bum off the floor, but when I flatten my lower back down, there is a tucking forward of my pelvis. So my pelvis does feel like it's rolling a little bit off the floor, but I'm not actively lifting. The roll of my spine is creating movement in my pelvis. I just feel that arching. And see if you can find the end of your range and soften into the ends of your range. So the story or the analogy I give for this one is, imagine it's the train coming into Galway station and it doesn't drive straight in and then end on the barriers. And if it did that, it would be really disturbing for the people on the train. Instead, somewhere out near, I don't know, or and more, it starts to slow down. And so slowing down just before you get to the end of your range and just feel that you can pause without forcefulness. Can you change direction without forcefulness? Still really deepening into the range, but just see, how do I do this? Nice. And then tilt your pelvis left to right. So keeping your knees center, lift your right pelvis up, right bum, left bum, right bum, Left bum. It's like you're kind of walking in a weird way. Right bum, left bum. And when I do this, I start getting these really achy, satisfying feelings in the front of my pelvis, in my buttock, in my lower back. Kind of lean into that. So the next time you go over towards whichever side you've just gone to, lean in a little bit more and just pause there. Just kind of notice the sensations of that. Nice. Come back to center. And then lean into the sensations of the other side. My knees are staying as center as I can. There is some movement, but I've lifted my buttock off the floor. I'm kind of like pushing my hip more and more towards the ceiling. Nice. And then come back to center. Roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. Rolling a deep and full circle into the lower back, into the pelvis. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. So from here, squeeze your right knee up onto your chest. Pause. Tuck your chin in, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Feel the back of your body. Have a bit of a wiggle to feel the back of the body on the floor, your left foot on the floor. Nice. And then reach your arms up towards the ceiling and begin to lengthen your right leg out and reach your arms as much overhead as feels comfortable. Bend your knee up onto your chest, squeeze it in with your arms, and then reach your right leg long and reach your arms overhead. So we will turn this into zoomies in a moment, but for now, just stay on the floor with your back. And really feel that opening into the chest, the opening into the belly. Squeeze your knee in. So see if you can feel as you lengthen your leg and lengthen your arm, there's a lengthening, yeah? And as you squeeze in, there's a shortening. So really feel the opening of the front of you and then the squeezing of the front of you. One more time. Opening of the front and then squeezing. Nice. Other side. Bring your left thigh up towards you. Squeeze it deeply down. Shoulders down. Feel the floor. Right foot is connected and powerful into the floor. Really feel that. Nice. And then begin to reach your arms overhead. Begin to lengthen into that left leg. Feel the front of your body opening. And then draw your knee up onto your chest. Squeeze it in. Closing. Opening the front. Where do you feel I have this funny image of, I don't know why. Sometimes I get images of what this feels like in my body, and it has no logical sense. I feel like one of those conveyor belts that are in the airport. And somehow the lengthening of the front of my body feels like one of those. No idea. But I'm just trusting that, and every time I do it, I feel the same. I feel like one of those belts that move you along in the airport. Very cool. Nice. And then bring both feet to the floor. Drop your knees down towards the right. And just feel now, this is the first twist. How does that feel in your body? Settling into it. Nice. Come back up to center. Drop your knees down to the other side. Deep breath, deep belly. Nice. And then just sway your knees from side to side. And as you move, feel the way that your belly and your torso are moving in opposite directions. So I feel like in some weird way that my ribs are moving to the left when my knees are moving to the right. Even though it's lengthening, it's also resisting the movement. So I feel kind of like a typewriter, that as my knees go left, my body goes right a little bit. It's more with the gesture or intention in my body that this is happening. Come back to center. Nice. So, right hand to your right knee and push strongly into your knee. So have this sense of deep connection there. And then you're going to arch your lower back and then flatten your lower back down. So it takes a weird amount of concentration to keep the pressure of your right hand on your right knee and arch and flatten your lower back. So my knee keeps forgetting to keep pressure on, so I have to keep reminding it. Keep pressure as you arch, as you flatten. Keep pressure. Nice. Now the other direction, either stretch your leg long or have your knee slightly bent and hold on to the back of your right thigh. And do the same movement again. Arch your lower back and then flatten your lower back down. Arch your lower back, flatten down. Notice the movement in the deep of your spine. Can you exaggerate it? So I'm holding on to the back of my thigh. I'm arching and flattening down. Nice. Foot to the floor. Other side. Left hand to the left knee. I create a pressure between my knee and my hand. I stabilize deeply. And then I flatten my lower back down and arch. And it feels like I'm trying to get something to move. It's like brushing my teeth with my left hand. I feel like it's a skill that I don't really know how to do this. To push with my knee and then also to move. Just notice how that is for you. Maybe you find it very easy. Maybe it's just me. One more time. Nice. Stretch your leg long or keep your knee bent and hold on behind the thigh. Arching. And so when you arch and flatten down here, there's not much movement. But it's really, really interesting for the body. Nice. One more time. Arching and flattening while holding on to the back of your thigh. Super. Both feet to the floor. Pause. Nice. So stretch your left leg long and lift your right foot in the air and pull your right knee up towards you. Okay? So this is the beginning of the movement. Stretch your left arm long beside you and roll over onto your... Hold on. Which leg did I say pull up towards you? Is it your right knee that you pulled up? So left leg is long, right knee is up towards you. Just checking. If I said it wrong, it would be terrible. Left arm above your head. I think that's just what I said so far. And now rolling over, you can either push your right elbow into the floor, roll over, or reach your right hand forward in front of you and keep your right thigh in the air so that you end up with your right thigh floating and your left arm reaching. Nice. Roll over onto your back. Squeeze your right knee up onto your chest. Roll over to your belly. And reach your left arm long, right leg up towards the ceiling. Nice. Back. Squeeze your right knee in. Belly. Lift your right thigh up. Lift your left arm up. Back. Squeeze your right knee in. Belly. Lengthen your left arm long. Right leg long. Nice. Change sides. So draw your left leg up towards you, stretch your right leg long. Reach your right arm overhead, roll over onto your belly. I do this weird thing where I squeeze my bum to get me over. See how you do it. Reach your right arm long, left leg lifts. Onto your back, squeeze the left knee in. Belly, lift the left leg up. And so I feel this sense of like, it's very nice. It's kind of like this flowy, rolly. And I've noticed that even in the 7 days since we've started doing these back bends on the floor, I can feel my back is really changing with it. One more time. And long. Nice. Great. Come all the way up to sit. Up to sit. And just have your feet so they're mat distance apart. Okay? Bend your right knee, bring your foot to the floor. Reach down towards that left foot with your right hand. Nice. Change. Bend your left knee. Reach your left hand long. Sorry, my lefts and rights have just gone there. Okay, so bend your right knee. Reach your right hand forward. Bend your left knee. Reach your left hand forward. There you go. They're back. Bend your right knee. Right hand forward. I'm just going to lean into the sensation of trying to touch your foot, or if you're touching your foot, then go beyond it. So what's your touch? Like when you're sitting on the floor and you have to reach for something, how far away can something be that you can still touch it? Or you have to stand up and get it? These are functional movements. How do I reach for things when I'm sitting on the floor? One more time each side. Nice. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Hold on to your ankles and sitting up tall. And just drop your awareness into your belly now. That sense of breath, weight. And so in the beginning of the class, we were really mapping the back of our bodies. We were feeling the shoulders, the back of your head, your pelvis, your feet on the floor. So I can still feel the mapping we did at the back. So now we're going to map the front a little bit more. So push your belly a little bit forward and then draw your belly a little bit back. So it's like I'm trying to rock a little bit forward and backward on my pelvis. You might have to bring your feet a little bit forward. You might have to sit on something to feel this action in the belly. So maybe a little bit higher, sitting on a pillow or a book or a block. How do I map my belly, map my pelvis as I rock forward, rock back? So how do you arch your back? How do you round your lower back? And it's not the upper back we're trying to do, it's really the pelvis we're trying to rock into. Nice, cool. Stabilize, sitting up really tall. And then just roll a circle with your belly. As I do this, I feel when we have our legs straight out in front of us and we do this movement, it feels one way. But now when I'm doing it this way, I can feel these areas on the front of my hips that feel different because of the way my legs are. And then roll in the other direction. What feels different about this? Is there less movement? Is there more movement? Let's check it out. Stretch your legs out long. Roll into your belly. So that's a really different sensation to me. I feel much more into the sacrum now, more into the ribs. And roll in the other direction. Mapping, tracking, feeling sensations. Let's try it one more time. Bend your knees, soles of your feet together. Hold on to your ankles. Yeah, this is really different. Always struck by how changing something small changes everything sometimes. I think that's same with life. We don't have to make huge, big changes. We can change something really small. Actually, everything begins to change as a result. Roll in the other direction. Nice. Stretch your legs out long. Just drop yourself forward. So as you drop yourself forward, be soft in your spine. So just have your hands forward. Drop your head down. No forcing, no pulling, no nothing. So that could be, it doesn't really matter where you are, but just acknowledge this is where I am as I drop my head forward. So you can, with your torso, create a little bit of weight forward, but you're not pulling with your arms. Remember, when it gets intense in the back of your legs, move your feet. Soften into your legs a little bit more by creating some movement. If you can't move your legs, then you've gone too deeply. Reverse back a little bit. Wiggle your spine. To wiggle your spine, you're going to roll your shoulders from left to right. Twisting, moving, connecting. Nice. Come lie on the floor all the way down. So now when you land on the floor, check in how much of the back of the body that you feel right now. In the beginning, how obvious was it? Now, how does it feel? Can you feel the difference in the left side to the right side? Do they, like, without changing your position, do they feel like they're positioned the same left and right? Are both feet, both legs, both hips, your rib cage, your arms, your hands, your head, your neck. And then what would you do to make yourself feel a little bit more straight? Just straighten yourself up a little bit. And then just soften into that. Feeling the back of your body and the deep of your breath down into your belly. Nice. So stay here if you wish. Stay there for a while. Just there when I was lying there, I could hear the bird song. It's really beautiful. Maybe where you are, you can hear the bird song. So stay where you are. Listen to the birds. Today was the official dawn chorus day. Um, yeah, it's pretty amazing at the moment. Dawn chorus pops into existence around 5. Um, so see you all tomorrow for another day of belong. And yeah, that sense of, allowing my joy to express itself was something about belonging as well, like being something, being me, inhabiting something, really being at ease in myself, as the laughter bubbled up. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another really nice day of belong. Bye bye.